Yeah, no, it seems actually like a pretty well-balanced format we got going here.
Can you say these people's names?
Yeah, we got 2ManyThr33s. 2ManyThr33s.
Oh, wow, good.
And YinCrescent. YinCrescent.
What do you think about the choice of both of them to pick green?
You know, green's a good color. It's not St. Patrick's Day, but hey.
Sure.
That's all I got.
It looks like YinCrescent has some knowledge of MTSing and the proper way to dive, so that's good. Sonic Phantom, I think a really fun vehicle to use. It has a pretty high boost rating from what I know. You'll gain a lot of speed.
Okay.
And so if you're just like picking up this game even at a casual level because you think it looks fun, and it is hella fun,
Yeah.
probably a decent choice of vehicle for you. Yeah, YinCrescent actually uses a mind skip, or tries to, get a little bit extra speed.
Yeah, it's looking like he knows some advanced techniques here.
Okay, interesting that he did. Usually I see people choose the jump there rather than the boost plate. Maybe it's only on lap 1 they do that, but they don't have boost power. Not sure.
Right. You know, I love the music in this game, but I also love the music in F-Zero 64, which was F-Zero X.
Yeah.
It was a very much rock and roll type of music. It was dope.
This one's a little more produced.
Yeah, a little more on the techno side. Still sick.
They have like, if you go to like a fire field stage or something, it's like straight metal. Like it's like metalcore or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great music regardless. Again, Nintendo first-party games in the GameCube era, they did so many things right.
They really did. And I don't know if it's something about the engine or like, but you can kind of see certain people who worked on the games, like the spirit of certain games are preserved. Like you can see some of the, think about Melee, like jumping doesn't make any sense. Like how do people float around like that?
Right,
And then you think about Kirby Air Ride, you're like, oh, so you can break down.
Ooh.
And then you just recover.
And
it
then
costs
you recover, yeah. It costs you a few seconds, but YinCrescent had enough of a lead there that it did not really matter too much.
You know what scares me? He got like half his boost bar back when he recovered. Do you think sometimes it's worth it to recover if there's a lot of boost plates in a row and then like get all your boost back? Probably not.
That's a good question.
But maybe there's a niche
it doesn't
spot.
seem like the worst thing in the world. Yeah, he won that pretty solidly.
Yeah, let's see what the time difference is.
It's like 3 seconds at least.
It takes so long to come up. Oh, they skipped it so fast. Guys, you're killing me.
I think it was like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it was something like that.
3 or 4.
4 seconds.
Oh, let's go, Vince.
Yeah, the Eagle Eye Vince.
Love me some
Wow,
Vince.
he auto counterpicks Big Blue Ordeal.
Wow.
Big Blue Ordeal, pretty fun stage. I think this is one of the ones that has the really exciting suicide finish at the end, and it's one of the most consistent setups. So YinCrescent seems to really know what he's doing, especially, and 2ManyThr33s is familiar with it. Maybe we'll get to see a cool suicide finish.
Yeah, the quick phone look from YinCrescent.
And you hear the classic Big Blue song.
Oh yeah, of course. Damn it.
Yeah, it's the rock and roll style I think you were referring to.
Yeah. That was almost all the tracks from F-Zero X. Pretty much all of them, as far as I remember, were along these lines, and they were bangers.
Yeah, it feels really good for racing games, too.
Yeah.
You ever play, what's it called, Burnout 3?
Oh, yeah.
That game had such a good sound. Like, it fits so perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I learned a whole new type of music when I got that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, so good for 2ManyThr33s.
Yeah, and it looks like he's playing it really simple, almost similar to how Dark Flame was playing against Wizrobe.
Yeah, just trying to make the best out of these straightaways, not hit the walls at all.
Yeah, like you can see, like that was not a really advanced turn he did.
Right.
But he took it really tight.
Yeah.
And he's good at going straight faster than Fat Shark is.
Yeah. He's just not hitting the walls. He's just good racing again. Just good racing sense. Period. It doesn't necessarily matter about the advanced techniques of the game specifically. And he's just good at racing.
I think he's kind of familiar with some ideas. Like he's pointing his head down a little bit on the jumps, but just not as much as like a veteran F-Zero player would.
Right.
And you know what? You can kind of see YinCrescent's putting up a little bit of a push here, especially on this beginning portion where there's more turns and more technicalities. I think a lot of times we're going to keep seeing the stronger, the more familiar players are really going to catch up on the boost laps. because a lot of advanced techniques kind of get aired out when you can like combo a boost into a boost plate or the other way around. And then if you MT just the right way, a lot of the times it'll be more worth it than if you were to do them separate, because you'll just carry that extra speed for so long.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, this is that spot where you can see it's a very small wall. Right around here, you start grinding, and then you just fly all the way to the finish at like 4K or something.
That's that suicide finish?
Yeah. Hope we see it.
That would be some hype stuff. Oh, man.
Oh, he's tight. He knows that might be the game.
Yeah, it's almost definitely the game at this point. 2ManyThrees taking it mostly safe. Again, we haven't seen most of the advanced techniques from him. It's probably going to be curtains here for YinCrescent on this race.
He is, YinCrescent, like, he looks so heartbroken when he broke down.
Really
and look, now he's just
like... another one, yeah,
now he's just
over.
like, it doesn't matter.
It's over. We're going to go to a game 3 here.
This game, I mean, so Melee doesn't have any comeback mechanics. A lot of racing games have rubber banding.
Right.
And if they don't have true rubber banding, they at least have something like Mario Kart where the people in the back get better items.
Yeah.
This game, nah. No, that's
just pure skill.
Yeah, that they have a setting for it. That's handicap, but
no, pure skill. We're going pure skill here. And
is he rage quitting?
It almost looked like it.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he knows that you get disqualified if you don't finish within 5 seconds or something.
Right. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, well, he's going to be able to counterpick, and I expect him to counterpick once again, like the tightest turns, the farthest, and he looks like he's going to Dragon Slope too.
Yeah, going back.
It's the pick of the strong player.
That makes sense.
Because it's just, you can optimize so many parts of Dragon Slope, and it's a really fun course to race too. It's because you have the turns, you have the dives, you have everything F-Zero players really love.
Right.
Except for shift boosting, which is banned anyway.
Oh man.
And so the real question is YinCrescent going to be able to avoid breaking down in the midst of the...
Yeah, I mean, it seems like for the most part he's outraced 2ManyThrees, but he's had a few breakdowns. He even had one in the game 1 that he won. He just, he had enough of a lead that it didn't really matter, but he's just got to be a little bit tighter on these turns, not hit that wall quite as much.
2ManyThrees, I think, is making some concessions here. He knows that this is the map of advanced techniques. He knows that Sonic Phantom isn't going to cut it. He also switches to Fat Shark.
Yeah.
And I like it in spirit because he's thinking he knows he probably can't win with the the fundamental only gameplay he was going with Sonic Phantom. But is he really going to out Fat Shark YinCrescent? Like, it almost seems like that's more far-fetched to think.
Yeah.
Because look, even just the basic turning is harder.
Right.
You literally can't avoid hitting the walls because this is not. Like I said, this machine handles its normal turning is not okay. You need to do the advanced MTSs.
I see. Yeah, that's man.
As you can see, he's having a rough go.
We're already seeing it from 2ManyThrees, just not able to get nearly as smooth of a ride as he was
10-second
previously.
difference.
Yeah, that's huge. That's nearly insurmountable in a game like this.
And you see the speed, YinCrescent on the way down hit 3K.
Yeah.
So he is flying. And if you're a casual player, you will almost never see yourself above 1800 in the whole course of the game.
That being said, though, he has broken down a few times, and that might allow 2ManyThrees to catch up a little bit.
I mean, yeah, at this point, we're guessing it's, 2 breakdowns away at about 10 seconds?
Yeah.
And he is having a hard time avoiding the walls himself.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, you can tell he's not really familiar with these turns with this racer in general.
Honestly, if I'm YinCrescent, I would not boost myself down this low. Because I think, like, crashing is the only way you lose this.
Right.
Like, I think once you get to this orange-red area, just stop boosting. You don't have to prove it to anyone.
Yeah.
We know you're good.
I mean, from his point of view, though, he's probably just playing it how he would normally play it. He's not.
Right.
Oh man, 17 seconds is.
And you know what? You're right. He's
pretty much a wrap. Oh, but he does break down there.
He's like, what was that? So there's some. I think there's some strange collisions you can get on the ice, especially right when you connect to it. He just lost grip immediately, and there's some weird things that can happen in this game where there's like a little too much of a bump, and it's sort of. It acts as a jump instead of you like still sticking to the ground. So I think something like that happened right there. Just a really weird collision.
Ooh. Oh,
there's another one right there.
Yeah, and I mean he could still afford another breakdown or two, but
hard.
Got to be a little bit careful. There it is.
Yeah, that was a monstrous performance.
Yeah. YinCrescent takes that solidly over 2ManyThrees, but this might... Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice job from YinCrescent. 2ManyThrees. Nice tag.
Yeah.
And not bad performance going out at 7th place.